6. This is your A cam.
10 years ago was one of those unique moments in the history of the country in which the spiritual awakening and a moral renaissance took place.
You had the best team in football at an inflection point where issues were starting to become a driving force in society.
There's a story that you compel to tell and amplify voices because that experience can one day be us, could be our child. Coming in and stepping into our voice, you think about that platform, it changes when you win the Super Bowl. You see everybody starting to understand what they could do with their voice.
In the months after the Seahawks' dominant win over the Broncos, 3 tragic events stung the country.
On July 17, 2014, that's a day that I will never forget as long as I live.
The death of Eric Garner.
How could this happen?
Much of the outrage focuses on the video of the takedown during Garner's arrest.
He's no threat to you. You took away his right to breathe.
August 9, 2014.
The death of Michael Brown Jr.
His grandmother said that Mike was dead laying in the middle of the street.
The unarmed black teenager was shot by a white police officer.
At that moment, you just don't want to believe it.
The Tamir Wright shooting in Cleveland.
I never would have thought in a million years I'd be here.
When a Cleveland police officer shot and killed the 12-year-old who was holding a toy gun.
I was in a nightmare. Do you understand that? I was in a nightmare.
Deeply disturbed by the violence, several Seahawks players met to discuss a response.
That was the longest team meeting I've ever been a part of. We had to choose what we were gonna do and a conversation, and it got so emotional. I think I stormed out and came back in. That's when we started to realize the magnitude of who we were and who we are.
Equipped with their voices and their commitment, this group of players used their weekly media platform to speak about civil rights, not sports.
I'm not going to answer any questions today, and it's no offense to you guys, but more videos have come out of guys getting killed. People are still missing the point. We're just going to continue to look for steps and look for things that we can do to try to change society and give people more equality.
Tamir Rice was shot and killed. This prompted a U.S. Department of Justice investigation, which discovered...
I mean, you couldn't turn the TV on without seeing somebody from the Seahawks.
Joining us now are Michael Bennett and Doug Baldwin of the Seattle Seahawks.
We want more resources for our law enforcement so that they can experience better de-escalation tactics, better policies, better protocols, so that issues and situations like Tamir Rice don't happen.
It was just me showing up as the full human. I think that's just what was needed in the situation, and we were fortunate enough to lend our voice. We were at the forefront of that because that's just how we carried ourselves as a team.
The power of that to give other young black men the opportunity to say, hey, look, more than an athlete, it's about being human. That's a proud moment for me. That's almost equivalent to winning a Super Bowl.
The impact that those players had on me, it warmed my heart. I was overwhelmed to know that they cared about my son's life.
Hearing from his mother and the energy that gives her, that makes us want to continue to use that voice to amplify it and let it roar like a lion.
They killed the wrong mother's son, okay? Because I'm here to stay.
Doug Baldwin and Richard Sherman and Michael Bennett, thank y'all for speaking up for my son. Thank y'all for speaking up for the voiceless. Thank y'all for speaking about the injustice in this country on behalf of black and brown people.
To hear Ms. Rice call me out specifically, that affirms that we were doing the right thing, but it's also remotivating to continue to do the work, to make sure that another Tamir Rice doesn't happen